I'm gonna be honest, it's not a hard concept to understand that if you as a man, you have a child with someone, or you have 8 kids with 3 or 4 different baby mamas, and then you still want to get married to someone that is not one of the parents to your child, it is not hard to understand that yes, that is technically a broken home.
Newton's interview with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has been going viral about some certain points that she had made on that interview. A lot of people are as well comparing this interview with the interview that she had with Nick Cannon, saying they are both the same man in different font. He had mentioned so many things on that interview, but a part that has got people talking was where he said his desire to get married is lower than his fear of divorce. And people have been pointing that out. And a part where Cam Newton had mentioned that people see him and think that he's low function, like he's not high functioning. And then Dr. Cheyenne Bryant came into the conversation, and you can just tell how uncomfortable he was, that she was putting him in his place, just, getting the lid off of his face and letting him realize that what he's doing is so wrong because he is purposely creating broken homes. And even on that interview, a lot of people believe that he felt triggered because there were points where he was saying he's triggered and all of that, and he couldn't take the point because it was coming from a Black woman. It's not a lot of conversation, and people are making good point. I have put together the clip from the interview. I can't put all of the clip, you guys. If you want to watch the full clip, it's on YouTube. I'm sure you're going to see it. But I added the clip where people are actually stitching and coming in, and as well what people are saying about what he said on that interview. So without wasting much time, let's just get right into it.
I understand a lot of people see my situation and not think that I'm not high functioning.
What situation?
See my situation? That's a very vague question, and it's for you
what
to
What situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high functioning?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
Both, really.
And they think that you're low functioning?
No, I don't.
You just said people see your life and think you're not high functioning. The opposite of that would be low functioning.
No. Okay, so here you go. You're trying to take my intentions away from this. Can I correct it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or can I give you more?
Yes, more information. Heck yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more. Now.
By multiple women? What's the intent?
I just want God
about your
to
wife?
bring him. I just want God to bring him.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just
because my point is this: my desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you had said, Dr. Bryant, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, in disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without Daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy.
You said, Dr. Brian. You said it. I didn't say it. I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
The full clip to that is on the Bird app. You can go check it out if you want to go look for it. But I'm just going to add that this is a result of not raising boys and men to live life with intentions when it comes to being a parent and being a partner. We oftentimes teach boys and men to look for a woman who's going to be a good mother and be a good wife, while simultaneously not teaching boys what it means to be a good father and to be a good husband. Yeah, we teach boys and men to protect and to provide for their families, but their protecting is almost always physical, which is something that women also do, and to provide financially, which is something that doesn't guarantee you a connection with your children. And now we think because our kids and our kids' moms have a place to sleep and their bills are paid, that's enough for us to be considered good fathers and good husbands, and we know that's not enough. Which leads to us thinking we can keep wanting kids and having kids for our legacy without having to worry about what happens to those kids if we're not present in their lives.
Newton wants more kids because he's not really taking care of them. Like, he's taking care of them financially because he has the means to do so, but he's not really in the homes, right? He has 3 different homes. He has made like 3 broken homes, and he's okay with it because it's giving him the freedom to do whatever he wants because he doesn't have 8 kids in one house. And you know, the crazy thing is he's gonna find like baby mother number 4, 5, and 6 to make those kids with, because when he had 7 kids, he found baby mother number 3 to make 8. So he's gonna find it, and he doesn't have to do it with the promise of marriage. So it's okay for him to say, like, you know what, I'm thinking of marriage now. But tomorrow he may feel differently because he knows that he doesn't have to promise marriage, and these females, they still gonna be popping out them kids. So I wish him the best. I really wish him the best.
I'm gonna be honest, it's not a hard concept to understand that if you as a man, you have a child with someone, or you have 8 kids with 3 or 4 different baby mamas, and then you still want to get married to someone that is not one of the parents to your child, it is not hard to understand that, yes, that is technically a broken home. It's not hard. We as men talk about how important it is that kids have their fathers in their life, but then when we talk about a broken home, all of a sudden we're like, no, it's not a broken home because I provide for my kids financially, provide for my baby mamas, I give my baby mamas homes, I give my baby mamas money. As we all know, there is so much more to being a father than just providing shelter, providing finances, and being there for your kids some of the time. First off, if you have 8 kids by different women, there's no way you can be there for all those kids equally. You will spread yourself thin. You will have to miss some occasions, especially during graduation season. What about those nights where you want to be with dad because you had a bad dream? What about those nights where you want to come home for school or wait for dad to come home and tell them how great your dad was, but your child can't do that because dad's with his other family? I understand I'm not a father. I understand that I'm not a parent, but I understand where that therapist was coming from, and she was more than right. There's so many things, little microscopic things that you can miss if you have a bunch of different kids by a bunch of different women that your money, your resources will never be able to fix within that child.
So I see the clip with Cam Newton and Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is going viral right now. And everybody is giving great points, but I want to give the real point. I wonder, do men like Cam Newton and Nick Cannon feel like bucks? And I know people like, oh my God, why would you say that? And for those of my people who do not know what a buck is, during slavery times, when it became illegal to transport slaves from Africa or the Caribbean to over here, They literally started focusing on maintaining slaves because, let's be honest, enslaved people did not have a long lifespan. So basically, bucks or strong male slaves were forced to breed even with their own family members, which is where the term MF come from if you wanted to know. Were literally forced to breed on the plantation to create babies and new slaves, aka a factory. So seeing Cam Newton's stature as I listened to that interview, which was hard to listen to, I ain't gonna lie, I thought, do you not feel like a buck? Because there has to be some sort of epigenetics at play. Because let's be honest, Cam is a big man. And that has to be genetic in some way, shape, or form. So I'm thinking in my head, there has to be some innate hypersexual trauma in your bloodline that makes you excited or feel pressured in a way to be quicker to be a father, or a breeder rather, because to be a father you have to be a full-time parent, and with 3 baby mamas and 8 kids, and you want to be married and you want more children, and you don't care how God give them to you, you just want God to give them to you. Those were his words, not mine. I just wonder, there has to be a sort of trauma attached to that. Like, that has to be deep within your bloodline to have that innate desire, that unexplainable desire to keep having children, knowing damn well people are telling you you're low functioning, which is crazy. The fact that people tell you that, and the fact that he refuses to believe it, and the fact that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant had to stroke his ego to get him to understand that, but that's another story for another day. There has to be an explanation for it. And a lot of our black men really have a lot of sexual trauma to heal. Everybody's talking about him being a deadbeat dad. Yes, but there's something bigger than that. And we need to address in our community how a lot of black men are hypersexual. And I don't know if it's epigenetics. It also could be a mix of trauma and epigenetics, starting early, being pressured to start early, because this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Because what woman in her right mind will want you if you have 3 baby mamas and 8 kids? Your value as a man is innately lost. And it has nothing to do with what you've chosen to do with your body, but everything to do with the fact that it wouldn't even be fair to marry you and be with you full time, knowing that your other kids can't get you full time. I don't know a woman in her right mind that would fall for that foolishness. But there are also a lot of women who see dollar signs and would, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, more than the deadbeat dad stuff, let's talk about black men and their sexual trauma. Epigenetics or present day, doesn't matter.
Cam Newton's interview with Dr. Bryant is one that you guys got to check out. It's on his Funky Friday podcast. So he says that a lot of people think that he's low functioning based on his situation. She presses him on what exactly is his situation. His situation is one that he intentionally created. He has 8 kids by 3 baby mamas. And he don't understand why people think he low functioning. Now let's break down how he created this situation. His first baby mama, Kai, she was an ex-stripper. She has a daughter, which Cam claims. He then proceeds to have 4 children with her. His second baby mama is an Instagram thought that he was cheating on his first baby mama with, and he knocked her up. So his youngest 2 sons are a couple of months apart, because the first baby mama and the second baby mama was pregnant at the same time. She has a son, but the father of her son that Cam claims is actively involved in his life, and I think he's like military or something like that, but the father has primary custody, so I don't understand why Cam is claiming the young man, but whatever. And then he has a child with Jazzy, the comedian, influencer, podcast, or whatever, the one that says, she listens to his heartbeat, packs up all his clothes, does all that freaky stuff, allows him to cheat on her and disrespect her openly, but hey, she loves him. They have a daughter together. So he has 6 biological kids. Now, let's get into his mindset. He wants a wife And he also wants more kids however they come. So this leads me to believe that this man is probably going to have probably about 3 more baby mamas. Yeah, about 3 more. And then when he gets in his 50s, he's going to settle down and find a wife. So he won't be alone when he's single. He has no intention. He's trifling. His mindset is trifling. He's a great football player and he's accomplished a lot on the field. But he's trifling. His mindset is trifling. He also doesn't think that his baby mamas are single mothers because his kids live with him sometimes. But the reality is they're single mothers and he's a single father. And they typically take care of the kids daily. He does have them sometimes, so he is active, and I'm sure he pays child support and he helps out with their households. But he's a serial broken home creator, and he's going to continue to do that. And he was very upset that this woman, Dr. Bryant, does not want to date men with children. And she's single and she doesn't have kids. That offended him. Because, why wouldn't you date somebody like me? Sir, you have a lot of baggage. And it's going to have to be a strong woman that want to deal with all of that BS. On top of that, you're a cheater.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active.
Cam Newton is going to go down as one of the greatest NFL players that might not see the Hall of Fame, but it is what it is. But in this clip, he got CTE. What do you mean that you're taking your time and you got 8 kids by 3 different women and you want more? What do you mean by that? You're not, and it's not like you're 25 years old. Now, I don't give a damn, you know what I mean? Do what you want to do, brother, but you're not taking your time. And to say that shit on a podcast is absolutely insane. I don't, and here's the thing too. Me, in my opinion, again, Cam can do whatever he want to do. He's the millionaire here. He's the one, this is the life that he wants. Fine. But you're creating broken homes, brother. You're creating broken homes. All right? You and Nick Cannon, love you both. Love the career that you guys have panned out for yourselves. I don't think, in, reality, like you're harmful, but you're creating broken homes, brother, because you're not marrying none of these women. And you're just continuously making children that you can't give. I could see that if you had one woman that you had multiple children with. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you probably can't give them everything, each child everything, but at least they're in the same household with you. These women are all over the place. And that's just my opinion on it. This ain't to bash him or anything like that, but this idea of like, yeah, I'm taking my time on marriage. I'm taking my time on, buddy. Buddy, all right. Hey, man, it's time.
What do you guys think just about the little clip you saw? I will advise you go watch the whole, interview. It might be a very hard one to watch because when you're listening to it, there is a higher chance of you rolling your eyes when he's talking because some of the things that he's just saying is just like, what are you talking about? He said his desire to get married is lower than his fear of divorce. He's saying, like, raising a child is a lower commitment than getting married. And I agree with one of the teachers saying that it's because he's not in the house raising this kids. And that is the reason why he feels like it's not so much of a thing to do just to give birth, like just go out and give birth. There were so many comments of people saying, which woman is going to want to be the next baby mama, knowing fully well that this is how he is and this is how he's just having kids and all of that. And that was the funniest, comment I saw because there are some women who, comfortably do that and be the fourth baby mama. We've seen so many dramas on TikTok of, some people even being the seventh baby mama. And I think this is where the conversation of you being the first is okay. Like life happens, like you became the first baby mama. Being the second, maybe you're giving this person some chances, but the third, the fourth, the fifth, that is where the problem is. Let me hear what you guys think about the whole interview. This person said, we are talking about Cam Newton. He didn't even say he was looking for his wife. He basically said he isn't married because of the fear of divorce. Wants more kids, is not marrying anyone ever. Another person said it is working for him. It is not working for those people he's created. It is so self-centered. Yes, because it is the kids that are going to be the one, going through it in cases like this. And to be honest, it's self-centered. And the fact that it still feels like he's not low functioning in all of this, like purposely creating broken homes, is crazy. Another one said he's not afraid of divorce. He's afraid of admitting it. Another person said he dev thought he was the smarter out of them too on the podcast, and I want to know how he deduced that. Because the way he was talking, telling her not to, deviate and all of that, you can tell that I was uncomfortable at the fact that that woman was saying pure fact. Another person said the craziest part is he will, in capital letters, get married. Somebody out here is going to do it, which is the truth. It is absolutely like some people do not care. They do not just care about being the fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth baby mama, to be honest. Another one said the fact that they don't see that there are responsibilities to the child beyond finances is the problem. Another one said he swore that logic made sense. It is honestly just hot air he's spewing out loud. 8 kids, 3 women. Like, what the fuck do you want from marriage? A household? Like, let it make this make sense. Let me hear what you guys think about this whole conversation. Sounding very normal, creating broken homes is the craziest part. Let me hear what you guys think in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next one.